Today we'll explore Brixton, its historical buildings, known places and other landmarks. Come on, let's run! Brixton Academy mural on Stockwell Park. It was done after the riots in 1982. It shows a mixed group of young people as a way to portray the natural harmony that could be found between children of mixed backgrounds in the local schools.
Brixton O2 Academy is a concert venue in Brixton. It first opened in 1929 as a cinema, then it was converted into a nightclub in 1972, and finally it was reborn as a concert hall in 1983. It is one of London's leading music venues and even won the New Musical Express Best Venue 12 times since 1994.
After the arrival of the railway in Brixton in 1870s, Bon Marché was the first department store to open in the UK in 1877 and also the first steel frame building in the country. This building, called Topland House, served as accommodation for the employees at Bon Marché. It contained more than 100 apartments, complete with the male and female dining rooms. Topland House had a direct connection to the main Bon Marché building through two tunnels on the Ferndale Road, one for men, the other for women. In 1920, Brixton had become one of the most popular and fashionable places for shopping.
The now famous Brixton Market began in Atlantic Road and was moved to Station Road in the 1920s to ease traffic congestions. It is a community market run by local traders who sell all sorts of products from Afro-Caribbean to Indian and more.
In 1986, these figures were sculptured, and they were the first sculptures of black British people in a public place anywhere in the UK. These models were just local people waiting for the trains.
Avenue is the first street market to be fully lit by electric lights.
Ritchie was built in 1911 and used to be called the Electric Pavilion, and it is one of the first purpose-built cinemas in the UK. Originally there was a theatre here, and this is the foundation stone of the theatre, which was hit by the Luftwaffe.
Sir Henry Tate, who was famous for having brought sugar cubes to Britain and for donating his art collections to the Tate Gallery, built Brixton Library in 1891 to 1893.
Windrush Square is an open public space in the centre of Brixton. The square was renamed to mark the 50th anniversary of the arrival of the HMT Emperor Windrush, the ship that brought the first African-Caribbean community from Jamaica in 1948, who on arrival were housed near Cold Harbour Lane in Brixton.
The Black Cultural Archives opened in 1981, and it's the only place that records, preserves and celebrates Black culture in history in the UK.
This memorial was unveiled on 22nd June 2017 in Windrush Square, in memory of the servicemen and women from Africa and the Caribbean who served alongside the forces of the British Commonwealth and her allies during World War I and World War II. The Chaigris Memorial in Windrush Square was built in memory of a woman paralyzed from the waist down after being mistakenly shot in the shoulder by a police in 1985, which sparked 2 days of riots as the community protested racism and injustice faced by Black people. It was the second major riot in the space of 4 years. Chaigris passed away in 2011, and the statue was unveiled on 25th April 2021.
This is Effra Road, and underneath here is the River Effra, which now forms part of the sewer system, which rises in Crystal Palace and flows all the way down Brixton Water Lane and out into the River Thames over at Foxhall. St Matthew's Church, located on Brixton Green, was built in 1822. It is one of the Waterloo churches built to celebrate Britain's victory at the Battle of Waterloo.
The Brixton Windmill is the only surviving windmill in inner London, built in 1816. It was the Ashby family who owned it when the area of Brixton Hill was still open field, and it was run by the actual wind, and it produced flour for the local community. However, when they developed the area, it became less windy, so they couldn't operate it. They had to install a generator which worked properly until 1934. Brixton Windmill reopened to the public in 2011 after undergoing a big restoration. It is run by volunteers trained to grind flour, which is then sold to visitors and local businesses.
The Brixton Pound was launched on 17 September 2009. It is a local currency to help support shopping with local small business owners and portray local celebrities.
Look, Lina, this is where David Bowie used to live. Oh, how cool! David Roberts Jones, better known by his stage name David Bowie, was a famous English rock musician and actor. He was born in 40 Stansfield Road in Brixton, 1947, and went to Stockwell Primary School until 1953. In September 2011, the Brixton pound local currency featured Bowie on its £10 notes. He died of cancer in 2016.
This is the end of our tour. We hope you have enjoyed it and learned some new and interesting things about Brixton. Bye!
Nope. Nope.
Now jump.
Nope.
I'm Mexican. This is Memorial.
St. Matthew's Church.
No, you're not.
The Brixton Windmill is the only surviving windmill in inner London. Who owned it when the area of Brixton Hill was still open field, and it was